Not today, Bubba.
Go get him, Bubba. Love you.
Not today, Bubba. Gordy, can I bother you for a second? Good morning, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the Brilliantly Dumb Show. This is Big Game Bob here, just getting ready to rock and roll here. Before we do so, let me remind you that it is indeed summertime. Fellas, get those summer bods ready to rock and roll, ready for action with Manscaped. Manscaped is here to ensure your post-quarantine body is ready for the wild. Manscaped is dedicated to helping you level up your full body grooming. They have forever changed the grooming game with their Perfect Package 3.0. Folks, you heard it from me first. Take care of your chest. Take care of your nuts. Your balls have the triple threat ready to rock and roll. Starting today, get 20% off and free shipping with code BROBIBLE at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using promo code BROBIBLE, BROBIBLE. Trim your chesticles with the besticles and the most premium products around with Manscaped. Enjoy the damn show. All right, folks, coming to you live here. You know the drill. You know how we get down here on the Brilliantly Dumb Show. Behind the glass on the ones and twos, folks, you're listening to Grace Ibrahim. Big Game Bob coming to you on your local airwaves. However you're listening, whyever you're listening, we're just happy you are indeed listening here. Coming to you early, coming to you often. Let's get after it, shall we, folks? Usually for the show, we start the sports segment here to get things going. For that sports segment today, we give you a quick, short interview with Denny Hamlin. He's a NASCAR superstar. Now, Big Game Bob here. I'm not a very big NASCAR guy. I've tried to get into it throughout the years. You turn on a race. It's just not for me. There's no other way to shape it. I didn't let Denny know that, but I'm just not a NASCAR guy. However, Denny Hamlin is a huge name in NASCAR. He really is. He's big time. He's a great guy. I've seen him. He gives a really good interview. I tell you what, Grace, these NASCAR guys, they just do things differently. They roll deep. You know, I set up the Zoom chat with Hamlin, okay? It's 6 in the morning my time, 9 a.m. his time. Okay, I Zoom chat him 15 minutes before. They roll deep. There were so many people coming into the Zoom chat to support him. Hi, Robbie, I'm Laura. I'm Denny's publicist. Hi, Robbie, my name is Jack. I'm Denny's assistant. Hi, how are you, Robbie? My name is Arnold. I'm actually Denny's chef for breakfast and lunch, and then you're going to meet Patricia, who's his dinner chef. We're just here to stop by the Zoom chat. Everybody was coming in the Zoom call left and right before Denny gets there. It's like, geez, great. Why don't you just bring in the pit crew at this point, too? But I like the NASCAR people. I really do. They're good people. They're hospitable. They just get it. Denny Hamlin's good. He's got a very close connection to Michael Jordan, which I definitely wanted to get into. So we didn't have much time with him at all, really. So, again, this is short. It's me and Denny Hamlin. Then we take you normal parts right on back to the show. Folks, this is episode 79. We're taking you over Big Game Bob, Denny Hamlin. Enjoy the show, folks. How we doing today, sir?
I'm good.
Top of the morning to you.
Yep.
Ready to rock and roll?
Yep.
I tell you, I feel like you should almost be the NASCAR podcast representative. You feel very comfortable in these type of elements. I saw the YouTubes of your interviews. You do okay in these, huh?
I've just been doing it for so long, so used to it.
Yeah, you just keep it grooving here. Let's get ready to rock and roll here. Power 10 minutes, folks. We're on the Brilliantly Dumb Show, sitting here with Denny Hamlin, American professional stock car racing driver. He currently competes full-time in the NASCAR Cup Series, driving the number 11 Toyota Camry. Denny, what really amazes me, not only are you one of the top faces for NASCAR, how about this FedEx sponsorship, what you've done with this? When you walk into a FedEx, can they charge you an overnight shipping rate? Do they give it to you standard fee?
I might get a break here and there, but yeah, we use them quite a bit with my fan club and different things that we have that we ship out of here all the time. So they see me pretty often, but it's been great partnership that we've had 15 years now to be with the same team, same sponsor. Is all very rare and something I definitely don't take.
Denny, let's talk NASCAR a little bit. I do want to do that. I've always wondered, and I've asked this question to Chase Elliott as well. Is it difficult for a young generation to get into the sport because of the tools you need to get started?
Yes and no. I mean, I would say no, because, it really starts with, volunteering, right? I mean, there's local short tracks all over the country, and all you need to do is go into the pit area of one of those and tell one of those race teams, I'd like to help. And they all will welcome your help, because it's very tough for them to get to the racetrack each and every week. All of them have full-time jobs, and they just go race their cars on the weekend. So they can use all the help that they can get. And what you do is you just continue to move up, and you can now send that resume once you start working with that team to some truck teams, Xfinity teams, ARCA teams,
Right.
and they'll see that you've got some race car experience. And a lot of guys move up and get hired that way. So I think that's something that if you really have aspirations to do, it all starts with volunteering at your local short track.
Denny, take me to Indianapolis last weekend. Had the lead, car goes into the wall, goes up in flames. I almost feel like with how competitive you are, okay? What's your thought process? Is it get the hell out of here? I almost feel with how competitive you are, you almost just want to finish the damn race.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting there with 10 laps to go, just counting down the laps, and my spotter's counting down, it's 10 to go, 9 to go, 8 to go. And I'm just thinking, nobody wreck. Please, nobody wreck, because this thing is over. And
Right.
so, unfortunately, I was the caution that I was hoping not to have. I wasn't as aware of the right front issues that we did or did not have. And we had only run 26 laps. The fuel run was 40 something. And I thought the tires were going to last at least a fuel run, or at least they should anyway. And just it was tough that we didn't have the practice to kind of see what we could do to improve it. But we had what we had, and we did what we had to do to get out front to give ourselves a shot at the win.
Take me through, you have a very close relationship with Michael Jordan. I've heard you say that when you went out to golf with Michael Jordan, you guys finish a golf round in 3 hours and 5 minutes. How is that possible? Were you guys just flying?
Yeah, I mean, you have to have fast golf carts, and
There we
B,
go. There we go.
hit when ready. There is no honors or anything like that. When you step up to the tee, you put your ball down and you hit it. When you get to the fairway, if there's someone 20 yards in front of you and you get to your ball first, hit it. You just say, hey, heads up, So, yeah, no messing around in that group. And to play, a 7-8 some in 3 hours is pretty amazing. But they do 36 every day.
Are you worried about golf etiquette with Michael Jordan? Are you worried about walking into his putting line or anything like that?
Nah, not really. I mean, you got to be conscious a little bit around the green, but I'm telling you, it's just a free for all for the most part.
And you got to bring cash with you, no?
Yeah, it's best if you do.
Or maybe worse, depending on how you play that day.
Yeah, for sure.
Denny, what I'll close out with here, something that I was very curious to ask you. I'm sure you've been getting a lot of. How do you feel about the way NASCAR responded to the situation involving Bubba Wallace?
Everyone was in a heightened state of alert, especially with everything that was going on in our country during that time. And they saw something that they had not seen before. And so they contacted the authorities, and I think if they had to redo, their statement, they probably would have redone that and changed the wording a little bit. But I don't fault them for, going out there and trying to protect one of their drivers and making sure that the authorities were contacted to investigate. And so I think it probably turned out the best possible scenario for them, in the sense of, listen, it wasn't someone within our sport that was doing something intentionally, but it was sort of a false alarm. So I'm not sure what other result we could have hoped for.
Was it neat for you to see the sport kind of come together in a way for him?
It was, and that was all authentic from all the drivers' perspectives. We wanted to go out there and show solidarity And that's what we did. And I don't think anyone would redo it.
Denny, I appreciate your time, man. You're the best. Thank you for taking the time.
You got it.
Best of luck to you along the way, okay?
Yep.
Take care.
See ya.
There you have it, folks. NASCAR's very own Denny Hamlin joined the show. I like these NASCAR guys, Grace. I really do. We had Chase Elliott on, another NASCAR driver, for those of you who don't remember, a month or two ago, and I kind of got all my ridiculous NASCAR questions in that I wanted to get in. I really had some bizarre questions that I've always wondered as far as how do you start with NASCAR? You know what I mean? You got to have a whole car. You got to have a track. It's not like just you want to go play Little League. You get a bat and a glove and you start chucking it around the yard a little bit. It's a different ballgame. Will you ever see Teslas in NASCAR? So I got a lot of those questions out with Chase Elliott. But it's good to have Denny Hamlin on. Good guy, good personality. Again, very close friends with Michael Jordan, which is always interesting. Now, Grace, moving on here for the show, episode 79. My sister's pregnant. She's going to have a kid. Bobby's going to be an uncle. Uncle Bob is coming in, just steamrolling into the uncle world. And God bless that kid, because he's in for a long haul. A long haul with Uncle Bob. It's going to be spectacular. I can't wait. However, with that being said, after my sister is expected to give birth, okay, a month later, her and her husband have to leave for work for this doctor's summit that they're going. So guess who's in charge? Uncle Bob. Now, I'm nervous as shit. I don't want to let them know, my brother-in-law and sister, that I am nervous as shit, but I am. And I confessed it to my mom. I said, Ma, I am nervous as shit about this. I really am. I've never held the baby. I've never, been responsible for a baby. There's a reason I don't have a baby, and it's because I'm not ready to have a baby right now. Just mentally not all there right now. I'm nervous as shit. I want to get this right. You got one shot at this. So my mom said, you know what you do, Robbie? You should take one of these classes where it teaches you how to give the baby CPR, how to hold the baby, all of this good stuff. And I didn't want to do the classes, but I knew I needed them, and I don't want to drop the ball on this. And I found a deal on Groupon for one of these classes. The problem is the class took place last week. I don't see the baby. It's not my turn to watch the baby for another 6 months. Hence, the baby isn't even born yet. But I want to be prepared. And as I'm on my way to this class, I'm thinking to myself, it probably wasn't best to get a baby class off of Groupon. How can a baby class be on Groupon? There shouldn't be a discount for this type of thing. This is a life you're going to have in your hands. It's like finding a deal on Groupon for open heart surgery. You need open heart surgery? Yeah, well, I found a good deal on Groupon. Place is only 2 blocks from me. I almost want to say to them, look, I know this deal is for this amount of dollars. I'd rather just pay full price just so mentally I don't feel like I got a bargain on a baby class. You know what I mean? Am I a little crazy for that? But I need to know, how do we carry this baby? We get one shot at this. But we go into the class, and it's almost too nonchalant. Yeah? Some people brought their own babies for like a demo, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. It's like, Patricia, can we use Jack real quick just as a demonstration? Now, some of you guys hold the baby like this. Poor Jack's on like a fucking roller coaster in this girl's arm. This is not how we hold the baby. We hold them like this. She just cocks little Jack back into gear. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ. You can't fuck this thing up. This isn't a football, okay? This isn't like fumbling at MetLife Stadium. You go back on the sideline, sit on it for a little bit, come right back for another opportunity. If you drop the baby, you drop the baby. There's no mess-ups here, guys. A lot of people like to do this. This is actually not the way to do this. Some people like to carry the baby along the house while doing laundry. Who the fuck is that? This is just scaring the shit out of me. If anything, it's making it worse. People ask me if I want to try holding their baby. No, I don't. I'd rather wait for my sister's baby to hold. I'm not gonna use a demo baby here, okay? Let the veterans handle this. I'm running around this daycare like I'm Tiki Barber holding on to a football. High and tight, baby. High and tight. We got one shot at this, folks. One shot. You can't fuck it up. Is that what you do? The rookies come in and you just got a demo baby being passed around the room? What type of success are we setting that baby up for if we're using them as a demo baby for people to holster the right way? Jesus Christ, if anything, it scared the shit out of me. It really did. But folks, Uncle Bob is coming in hot. Absolutely hot. That kid is going to be in good hands, high and tight with the baby, nice and careful with the thing, steady rock, stay tuned. It's going to be a very, very interesting week with Uncle Bob taking over. In the meantime, we are moving on. I tell you, Grace, I'll be honest with you, a premium product deserves premium advertisement. That's what I got here with these Raycon earbuds. You tuck these babies right in here, Grace, you're good to go. I ran 4 miles the other day. You know the last time I ran 4 miles? It's like these things aren't even here. Premium quality earbuds. Their newest model, the Everyday E25 earbuds, are their best price, more bass, and a more compact design that gives you a nice noise isolating fit. You've heard me talk about how the company was co-founded by Ray J and celebrities J.R. Smith, all these good guys. Now it's Big Game Bob's turn. Tuck these babies in, listen to greatness as you should, in the way you should. Now's the time to get the latest and greatest from Raycon. Get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/dumb. We kept it easy for you. Buyraycon.com/dumb for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/dumb. Folks, enjoy premium quality greatness. Grace, you want to hear something just bizarre that I just can't wrap around my head? For 79 episodes now, Grace, you've kind of had no choice. I just ramble it off what's going through my head week in, day out. Every week, once a week, then we get picked up by Robo. Twice a week, you've just been listening to this. And Grace Ibrahim, we commend you for that. I'm at a country club, my friend's country club the other day. Just signed up. He's a member. He's all jacked up about it until he gets his monthly fees and sees the shit that they're charging him for. It's like signing up for a wedding, planning a wedding. They're going to charge you for every little thing. The lights, this fee, that fee. You want this guy to play guitar, that's a certain fee. Scallops, what type of scallops? Grade A scallops, grade B scallops. You're paying everything. Okay, but I go to this country club. One of the nicer courses I've played. It's spectacular, top of the line. There are houses on the country club. Big old fucking houses. Massive houses. Now, the houses are so close to the course, okay? So we're teeing off on 5, the 5th hole, all right? There's this big house that practically sits on the tee box. There's really not a whole lot of room, okay? I'm on the tee box. There's landscapers. They had landscapers in their backyard. No problem. One of the members playing with us says, let's go ahead and call the marshal, send them over to the house. I said, send them over to the house? What do you mean? They have landscapers. There's a rule there that if they're loud, that they have to respect the golfers during golf hours, and can send a marshal to your doorstep to quiet you down if you live on the course and they give you a warning. Now, if I'm one of those people spending $5 million on one of these houses, Lord knows it's right around there, and I get a marshal show up in a golf car, knock on my door, and tell me to be quiet, I'm going to throw a fit if I just drop down $3 to $5 million on that house. Do you know what that family has to go through in a sense of being quiet now? During golf hours. Mind you, tee time is at 6:45 in the morning, first tee time. Last tee time, maybe 7 for the twilight time. They get out for an hour and a half, and you got to be quiet throughout that whole thing. These guys had a pool in their backyard. It's like they're going to change it to a fucking library at this point. Just put a bunch of bookshelves. Everybody's got to shut up. You imagine the Jones family in that house? I said to the guy, I said, no, I don't want you to call the marshal. Is there a $2 million purse we're playing for that I don't know about? Are we at Augusta National? You're going to send the marshal over to their house? Are you outside your fucking mind? Now, did I shank that tee shot? Absolutely. Landscaper wouldn't shut the fuck up. But I'm not going to send a marshal over. I think it's the most ridiculous thing of all time. Think of that Jones family. Little Sabrina gets home. Hey, Mom, I got an A+ in my math. Shut the fuck up, Sabrina. Shut the fuck up. It's golf hours. We already got one warming last week because Jake decided to take a cannonball in the pool. I can't imagine. By the way, if you did hear a phone call right there, that's Waiver Wire Myers. Used to throw bagel with locks with him at the Four Seasons trying to call. Clearly did not know podcast hours. Might have to send the marshal over to his house. But think about what the Jones family is going through. What would you guys like for breakfast? Shh, Mom. Shut the fuck up, Mom. Okay, guys, I'm going to make you eggs. Have a really good day at school today. Be smart. Be safe. I'll see you in a little bit. And remember, be quiet. Always be fucking quiet. Nobody's going to want to go over to the house. You can't speak. You can't say anything. You can barely use the pool. If you use the pool, you can't jump in the pool. It's going to make too loud of a splash. That's the issue we're going to have with golf. I mean, guys, we got to loosen up on the golf course. That is, to me, just absolutely outrageous. If I wasn't the guy swinging on the tee box and it was this other guy, they would have sent the marshal to this family's door. That is the most preposterous thing I think I've ever heard. Sarah, can you pass me the remote? Sarah. Mr. Jones is trying to watch a hockey game at 6 o'clock. God forbid. The volume's got to be on a 3. O'Callahan passes it over to Shanahan. Shanahan passes it over, rips it around the board. Slap shot, no good. Slap shot, goal! You know, you got to be quiet throughout the entire thing. Why spend the money to live like that? Holy shit. I mean, that's next level stuff. That's not like, having a bad neighbor that thinks you're too loud. Jesus Christ. Anywho, before we move on, loosen up on the golf course, please. Let's have some fun out there. Let it fly. Have some fun. Anywho, moving on. Well, Grace Ibrahim, call me crazy. Maybe so, probably so, but I do believe it is indeed that time for everybody's favorite segment of the show. Grace Ibrahim, can we trouble you for a little bit of a drum roll, please? It's the Ask Bob segment, week by week. Tuesday after Friday, Tuesday after Friday. I tell you fine folks, submit your questions, file your questions into the DMs to be featured on the Ask Bob segment. Doing so this week was a young gentleman by the name of Chad Lenthal from Branson, Missouri. Bob, with how shitty of a 2020 it has been, I was wondering if you could take the honor of cheering us up like you always do and tell us a few things in 2020 you have discovered that have been a positive. I love that question. I think that's a great question. I really do. Out of Chad Lenthal, Branson, Missouri. Look, in a world of chaos right now, that's what we try and do here on the Brilliantly Dumb Show. And I will do so trying to give you my top 5. Since 2020, we've been quarantined. Not a whole lot going on. Everyone's kind of trying to stay sane. In 2020, I'll give my top 5 things that I've discovered that have really been a positive for me. This may be a little off the cuff, but number 5, I'm going to go with Lululemon boxer briefs. Is it ridiculously overpriced? Absolutely. But I got one complimentary from my cousin. They were dishing it out at his gym. They did some deal with Lululemon. And he gave me these boxers. Fellas out there, you want to talk about no chafing? I mean, I am just gliding in these boxers. They're really briefs. But I'm telling you, am I saying spend the $50 on them that they charge? No, but just a good boxer brief. Anytime I got an interview or just need a good day, I throw on these Lululemon boxers. You absolutely glide in these things. Look, a $50 boxer brief should feel like a $50 brief. And that's what these Lululemon things do. This is no advertisement. I swear to you, they're phenomenal. If you have $50 that you don't need, head down to Lululemon. Try it. I'm telling you, you heard it here first. Number 4, I would say my relationship with Trader Joe's. Before 2020 started and before the mess started, I was always into Trader Joe's. I didn't like Trader Joe's out of the gate. I learned to love Trader Joe's. What 2020 did for me is really give me a stronger relationship with Trader Joe's. I'm there more often, but I've had time with them now to really understand how the store works, how we're going about putting out different seasonal items, what time of the day to go to Trader Joe's, when to get steak for the night, when to get fish for the night, what day does it come in. Me and Trader Joe's friendship has skyrocketed. We just get each other. They had to stop selling samples or giving out free samples, so that sucks, but I've really benefited from that relationship. I know the ins and outs of a Trader Joe's like you wouldn't believe. You would be fascinated. If I went with my mom to a Trader Joe's, if I was in Florida, and I said, Mom, let's go to Trader Joe's, she'd be blown away by my knowledge there. I walk in there like I own it, and I should, because I'm there all the time. Anywho, number 3, I'm going Shawshank Redemption. Is it absolutely ridiculous that I have not seen that until 2020? Absolutely. Is it a phenomenal movie regardless? Absolutely. One of the better movies I've seen. Clearly, I'm not a big movie guy if I'm only just seeing Shawshank Redemption in 2020. But my God, did Morgan Freeman rock my world. Really good stuff. Probably wouldn't have watched it if it wasn't for quarantine. Shame on me. Number 2, TikTok. Yes, I said it. TikTok, the app that's about to get deleted from our phones. Phenomenal. As good as it gets. I love TikTok. I could spend so long on TikTok. I make sure that I don't, but my God, is it addicting. I told you, with the TikTok, I mean, it's not just everyone thinks TikTok is for kids. It's not just for kids. I follow Gordon Ramsay on TikTok. He made me omelets today. You're just watching Gordon Ramsay make an omelet. He cracked the fucking crab the other day. He didn't even eat the crab. He just showed you how to crack it for a TikTok. Did not even think to eat it. He just cracked that sucker down the middle. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's how you crack a crab. Hey, Gordon, thanks for stopping by the TikTok app, my homepage today. Good seeing you, pal. TikTok is an electric factory at all times. My God, would I hate to see it go. I really would. It would be a sad day. I love that app. Number 1 has got to be the air fryer. Folks, it amazes me the way the world has slept on air fryers. Are they coming up in the game? Absolutely. They're starting to get some recognition. They deserve it. You could do anything with these air fryers. I put in one of these LEO pizzas that usually you got to preheat the oven. That takes 15 minutes. Then you got to put it in for 25 minutes. With the air fryer, it's at least half the time. The air fryers are spectacular. I'm not a stock market guy. If there's stock in air fryers, buy it, because these things are the real deal. And premium products sell all day long. Air fryers. You put Brussels sprouts in there, salmon, pizza, chicken. It don't matter. Half the time of an oven. An air fryer is an absolute game changer and needs to be put on notice. You heard it here first, folks. Be ready to see air fryers just fly off the shelves. Big Game Bob told you so. Folks, that does it for an electric episode 79. That is Grace Ibrahim you're looking at behind the glass on the 1s and 2s. I'm Big Game Bob. Thanks for joining us. As always, we keep the train rolling right along. You take care now, folks. Not today, Bubba.
Go get him, Bubba. Love you.
Not today, Bubba. Gordy, can I bother you for a second?